next bit, and it's going to be a real short one, but kind of building off of last week for fantasy baseball. We're just going to be pulling up here from our list the top prospects for starting pitchers. The reason why it matters is for trading purposes. If you have any of these guys, Luis Castillo, he's been somebody that has been talked about ad nauseum during the trade deadline. He's going somewhere real solid. Names that they got on here: Yankees, Cardinals, Mariners, who have been phenomenal, by the way, and definitely look like they're going to be making their first playoff appearance since 2001, I believe. Luis Castillo, a guy that kind of goes without saying, his value unfortunately is going to be way too high because whoever owns him has known this entire time that he's getting traded. So you got to be cautious. Oakland Athletics, terrible team, great pitcher. He definitely could be somebody that may go in division or is going to wind up going to a contender to be a third or fourth guy in a rotation, would be my guess. Real significant for him in the same vein as Castillo. Young, team control, wherever he's going is going to be pretty. So again, very difficult. And again, as they said, Montez received Cy Young votes last year. He's definitely looks like he may be on track this year if it weren't for his god-off. This is more homegrown. Tarik Skubal, obviously somebody that the Tigers have been kind of throwing out there. I know that there were actually rumors that Skubal could potentially be in a trade for one. Literally everybody's significant name players just for Juan Soto, so take that with it. But Tarik Skubal is somebody that has been with no run support of any kind, so if you have count wins instead of quality starts, Mike. But I would definitely say that Skubal is somebody that you could definitely buy on the cheap. I would say Tyler Mahle, they misattribute him here to the Tigers, but a guy also on the Cincinnati Reds. He has been phenomenal after a terrible first month and a half, 2 months of the season. He has really righted the ship. To my chagrin, because I dropped him, which is just terrible, because I dropped him for Jordan Zimmerman. I know. Terrible decision on my part. Kind of wish I could get him back, but at this point his trade value is going to be too high. So I would definitely say that out of all these guys, Skubal's definitely somebody you could definitely buy low for. So of the four, he's the most gettable. However, Castillo is going to be somebody that's going to cost you a pretty mint, but you're definitely getting a quality on a contending team, which is definitely going to matter come playoff time. Mahle, if you got him off waivers, which I know a lot of you probably did after everyone, idiots like myself, dropped him, congratulations. And hope that he sticks to a good team. He's been fantastic. He's been everything everybody thought he would be before the season started. He fooled us a little bit and then righted the ship. So those are our starting pitchers for fantasy baseball. We're going to start kind of winding down our coverage here as playoffs start to get in as we get into mid-August. Fantasy football is absolutely the vibe here on the Fantasy Factory, moving pretty much until we get December and January, because then we're going to transition over to fantasy basketball.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what?